Dub Nation, what's up? You're watching Golden State Warriors today right here on Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of you are having a fantastic weekend. Excited to dive into today's show where we kind of open up the floor to answer your questions, to discuss all of the latest Golden State Warriors news and rumors as the Warriors entering a critical juncture here of the season. As right now we're in the midst of the All-Star break, but obviously after that, Warriors have to get it going. Of course, going to be awesome to see Steph Curry come back at some point, to see this basketball team at full strength. Before we get started, though, I'm going to challenge Dub Nation here. Can we get to 47,000 subscribers with this show? We're 62 people away. If you want Dub's coverage year-round, make sure you lock us in and subscribe today. All right. We begin this mailbag with this first question coming in from one of our loyal subscribers. It's mentality. Will Draymond Green be a Warrior next year? Are the playoffs realistic this season? If our record was bad enough, could we even be in the lottery for Victor Wembanyama? I'll tell you this right now, mentality. Victor Wembanyama is going to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft, and the Warriors are not going to have that spot to be able to draft him. He's far too good of a player. He's one of the most polarizing basketball prospects we've seen of all time. He's going to be taken first. If not, maybe it's Scoot Henderson who overtakes him, but I highly doubt it because Wembanyama is an absolute freak. To the earlier part of your question, will Draymond Green be a Warrior in 2023-24? I think that with the extensions that we saw to Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, with Klay Thompson maybe wanting another deal, the odd man out might be Draymond Green. It's going to be difficult to, of course, swallow that pill because Draymond has been a Hall of Fame player, probably the best defensive player of this generation, but at some point, you have to worry about the salary cap and that luxury tax. But I will say this, maybe the chances of Draymond Green coming back have improved with the Warriors trading away James Wiseman, still maintaining that deal to bring in Gary Payton II, because by trading away James Wiseman, you did clear about $100 million or so from that luxury tax. So something to monitor, of course, moving forward. All right, Mike, what do you got? What is Golden State going to do for the buyout market? A couple of good players here. We've talked about a couple so far. Kevin Love, couple of other good players out there that the Warriors, I think, could look at that market and survey. Patrick Beverley is another player who the Warriors are said to be interested in. And for a team that might need some defense at that guard spot, Patrick Beverley, of course, somewhat intriguing. But I do expect the Warriors to be looking at that buyout market to improve this roster. But they have until March 1st for a signing to happen for that player to be eligible for the playoffs. So that is a date to look ahead to. Name a player you think the Warriors should sign. I just mentioned 2. Kevin Love, Patrick Beverley is 2 options that I wouldn't hate by any means. Drop a name down below. The NFL kid, with James Wiseman gone, who is going to be the big guy on this squad? Well, the Warriors have been thin in that front court for a little while now, and they're going to move forward with Kevon Looney. That's really what it comes down to. Warriors forwards and bigs, especially at that center-specific spot, they are extremely thin at that position. But they like to play small ball. They're, I think, going to get it together defensively so that they can certainly improve in that area. Anthony Lamb has given them solid front court minutes. JaMychal Green can play a little small ball 5 as well, but by trading away James Wiseman and not replacing him because you traded for another guard in Gary Payton, maybe they look at the buyout market at that center or powered forward spot. Ernie B. Hernandez. Will the Warriors sign a big like Hassan, Whiteside, DeMarcus Cousins, Nerlens Noel, Dwight Howard, Serge Ibaka, or Leonard? Not Kawhi, for sure. Let's look at some of those other names. Serge Ibaka is realistic. That's another player that the Warriors could look to target on the buyout market. And if there's anybody who I'd target on the buyout market, it might be him, even though he's getting a little bit older. The back injury last year scared me a little bit. Hassan Whiteside, he's just an odd fit for this team, and I just think he thinks about himself far too much in his numbers. DeMarcus Cousins hasn't played in the NBA all year, but he does have that experience with this organization. Nerlens Noel would be fantastic. In fact, let me retract that statement. Nerlens Noel over Serge Ibaka anytime if he becomes available. Dwight Howard is currently playing overseas. If you want to bet on the NBA, make sure you do so with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Great deals to offer. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. You use that link as well as that promo code. You get a 125% deposit bonus. And what's telling here, and why I'm still a believer in the Golden State Warriors, is when you look at the NBA championship odds, the odds makers still have the Warriors in play here. The Denver Nuggets are the top team in the Western Conference in that win-loss column. Warriors are behind them with those odds. Boston Celtics going to be a difficult team to beat. Phoenix Suns have really skyrocketed up that leaderboard to number 2 because of the acquisition of Kevin Durant. Bucks are good. Nuggets solid, but I think the Warriors could take them down in a playoff series. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code CHAT125. If you think the Warriors have favorable odds for you to win some money, bank on them to win the championship. 3 Elias or Elias, one of the two. Hopefully I pronounced it right. Why haven't they fired Steve Kerr? He's not a good coach anymore and barely gives minutes to his rookies who are really good. Let's have a moment of silence for that comment. You're telling me Steve Kerr isn't a good coach? He's won 4 championships. Steve Kerr has made really good adjustments within those NBA finals. The Warriors, for about a decade now, have had one of the best, most successful, most historic runs that we've ever seen in the history of the NBA. He doesn't play some of the young players because the roster is always loaded with veterans and future Hall of Famers. And you're not going to sit them on the pine and sacrifice their minutes for rookies. You ain't firing Steve Kerr. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA. What do you think, though? For anybody who says yes here, oh my gosh, it's going to be mind-blowing. Why for yes and for no? Should the Warriors fire Steve Kerr? I can't believe somebody doesn't appreciate what Kerr's been able to do. Guy's been awesome. Ken Dredd, are the Warriors going after Kevin Love? Kevin Love would be intriguing to me. He'd be really, really intriguing to me. 1, they're thin in that front court. 2, they don't have a guy who can play center, who could stretch the floor and shoot that 3. And I believe that Kevin Love on this Warriors team would actually be a really good fit. And I think him coming to the Bay Area and playing for the Dubs would be able to bring something out of Kevin Love to maybe extend his NBA career a little bit. Now, last year he was really good shooting the rock. The production for Cleveland was good, but this year, not the same. Still getting about 20 minutes per game, which is solid for him at this point of his career. 8.5 points, nearly 7 rebounds. So he can still rebound the basketball very well. 35% from 3 is not like him, but I think that playing on the Warriors with a lot of open looks, with the floor spacing, that those numbers would be able to increase. And you look at what he's done over the last couple of years. I said last year, 2021-22, that was the season where he really was able to show people, look, I can still play basketball. I can still be a contributor for a team that has playoff aspirations. And he's not far removed from 2019-2020 when he was averaging 17.5. Obviously, he's not that player. But you look at the numbers last year. Can he do this for the Warriors? Not from the points per game standpoint, because he won't have those shot-making and overall shot opportunities. But with the Warriors, can he shoot 43% from the deck and 39% from 3? He does that. He'll still have some gas left in the tank for a couple of NBA teams to round out his NBA career. What do you think, Dub Nation? Our final question for you. Should the Warriors sign K-Love? S for sign, P for pass. Let us know. Sound off with what you think. And as always, appreciate all of you for rocking and rolling with us.